Welcome to the Point Spread Eagle podcast. My name is Jake, and I'm here joined by the one and only
Bobo.
Bo, as always. Bo, last week was a tough week for a lot of NFL bettors.
That's great.
I actually went just under positive on the podcast, but very well overall, the ones that we didn't publish. Bo, you went positive once again. What's your overall record now?
I'm 25-10. It's a pretty good betting record.
It's pretty unbelievable.
It's pretty good.
Right now, if you're not listening to the Point Spread Eagle podcast and betting Bo's bets, you're losing money or not gaining the money you should be. Last week, everyone got killed, and we hung in there, specifically Bo. Another 500 week from us total and another positive one from Bo.
Yeah, I think as long as accumulatively we're not costing people money, if you're taking Jake's bets, you're taking mine, it's evening out. It's all right.
We are positive total on the podcast. We'll have to do the math on that to figure out what we're at exactly. But, Bo, let's go through last week's bet. Your first bet was the Thursday Night Football prop. Which one was that?
I had Michael Carter over 4.5 catches, and I don't know what the fuck they were doing.
He had one catch, if I recall, right?
Yeah, he had 0 catches for 18 yards, which is, it blows my mind.
Okay.
And then he had one catch for 30-something. So apparently you can have receiving yards without catching the ball, which is very interesting. Anyways, didn't even come close. I was still 4. Even if he had it, I was 3 catches short. So what the fuck, man?
No matter what, he didn't get to 4.5. So
it's horribly off there.
One of the bets for me that hit was my Jonathan Taylor over 16.5 receiving yards. That one hit pretty much right away. They threw to him, and within like the first quarter, he had like 30 yards receiving. It was a great bet.
That guy had a day.
He had a great game. He's been a phenomenal highlight for the Colts this year.
Yeah. He's up there. I think he's maybe first or second in rushing yards now.
Well, with Derrick Henry, my guess is he's not going to be chugging along too many more. Bo, what was your college bet?
College, I had Oklahoma State over West Virginia. I had Oklahoma State minus 3.5.
What was the score?
Dude, I don't know off the top of my head. I should have looked that up, but I think it was like, 20-3 or something like that?
They covered. Easily.
Yeah.
Great bet.
23-7 or something? I don't know.
Mine was Ohio State versus Nebraska Cornhuskers. I think they won by 11 or 12, and I bet the over of 14.5. They had it multiple times, let it go, and just couldn't quite finish them off down there in good old Lincoln, Nebraska. So, unfortunately for me, my college bet didn't hit, which I've been pretty much sacrificing those. In fact, if anyone wants to fade me on college bets, you'll probably make a killing. I would recommend fading my college bets at all costs. I'm not ready to say that about my other ones, but my college bets, just fade them. I think I've got a great one for you guys this week.
That's the thing with if you're not doing well, all you have to do is tell people that, hey, you just fade my bets. That's not my fucking fault, dude, that you listen to me. That's not
fade my college bets at all cost right now. Until I hit one, just take the opposite of my college bet. Bo, our 4 bets that we had to do last week, you had the Bears versus the Steelers, and you were very confident that the Bears were going to win this game. Not just cover.
I was very confident. And you know what? Watching, I didn't end up placing a bet on the money line because I'm like, some horse shit's going to happen.
Yeah.
And guess what happened?
Some horse shit happened.
Yeah, some horse shit happened. The refs, I've never seen it look more apparent that the refs were for the home team in my entire life.
It was a remarkably bad night for the NFL and for the referees, and it was on national television. Bad. I hate the Bears. I hate giving them credit, but there were a few calls in there that I just can't even begin to understand.
I am priding myself on knowing my team to a T so far. 5-0 with Bears bets.
They did still cover the 6.5.
I was very, very adamant that I thought the Bears were going to win that game, and they should have if it wasn't for the refs. And regardless, if you listened to me and took the plus 6.5, you cash some money in.
Well, Bo, we both knew our teams this week. I bet the over of 49.5 for the Minnesota Vikings at Ravens, and that one hit. And Bo, and just for the record, you did say that you didn't know if you would count that one, so you wanted me to pick which one I would lean. And I did say I would lean under 6.5, and the Vikings lost by 3 in overtime. So whether I went over or you listened to me on the spread with the Minnesota Vikings, that one that one was at least a highlight for me.
Yeah.
I mean, the game was not fun to watch as a Vikings fan by any means, but if you were betting the Vikings, well done.
That was a good bet. I had a bet outside of our podcast with the over on that too, because that was a good bet. The over the points, that was good.
Yeah, it hit pretty early. What was your second game?
I had the Giants +3 against the Raiders.
Great bet.
If you're gonna take a team +3, you might as well take the money line.
Yep.
Realistically.
I definitely always do a 10% bet, at least to back up some of the underdogs. Bo, my second bet and one that I hammered here, and we're going to need to have a bit of a quick conversation about this one. It was the Bills -14 versus the Urban Meyer-led Jacksonville Jaguars. And this bet, it did not hit. It didn't hit.
I mean, dude, I could understand somebody telling me Jacksonville would cover the points. But if you would have told me that the Jaguars are going to beat the Bills, I would have been like, you've never watched a game of football in your entire life.
Spread-wise, whatever the closing line finished at, it was like the second biggest upset since 1995. They were like 17-point favorites going into the game.
Regardless of what happened, if you would have said the Jaguars are going to beat the Bills, I would have been like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. No chance in hell that should have ever happened.
6-9 was the score. Tough. Our producer actually has a few Bills players on his fantasy team, and he took a bit of a hit last week.
Ridiculous.
Hate that. Bo, what was your third bet?
We had the Chargers against the Eagles.
God, I love that bet.
Chargers won by 3.
What was your line at? 1.5?
-1.5. Yeah,
They did
we
their job.
covered it.
That's all that matters. My third bet, I felt good about this one, was Falcons +6 at the New Orleans Saints. That one hit. The Saints.
That was good.
The Saints lost the game. It was 27-25. Falcons were due for one. The Saints had to come back down to earth there. That felt like a good bet. I also placed some money on the money line there and won a little extra on top of that one.
That was good.
My last one, and Bo, I think this was your last one as well. Mm-hmm. Rams -7.5 points versus...
Fucking...
Do we speak their name anymore?
I don't think so. I
don't
don't think we should
say
talk
that-
about...
The team that's based in Nashville,
yeah.
we're no longer saying their names on the podcast until further notice.
No, I'm going to say it.
Oh, that didn't last too
The
long.
Titans. Okay.
It's like Voldemort.
Unbelievable.
Don't say that out loud.
Unbelievable.
Don't say that.
Has anybody outside of a Titans fan that's just a fan had any success betting on the Titans all year?
Dude,
How?
the stretch of teams that they've beaten over the last 4 or 5 games, it's unbelievable.
What is infuriating about it is I know I stand by it. Tannehill blows. I refuse to admit that he's good.
I don't think he's very good. I think he's overrated.
I refuse to say that guy is good. And they continue to win. Sometimes you place a bet and it's an obvious one. That one was so obvious to me, -7.5. I'm like the Rams are gonna win by 30. And then
Did you tease it up?
yeah.
Oh no,
I did.
What did you tease it up to, Bo?
I teased like a parlay, like a 2 or 3 leg parlay with the Rams covering like 13.5 or 16.5 or something like that. And
Just an obnoxious number.
dude, like you can't predict that. I mean, it's Stafford, so I guess it sounds stupid coming out of my mouth, but you can't predict the guy's going to have like the worst game of the year against it.
He turned into the Detroit Lions Stafford that we all grew to know and love, didn't he? Right before our very eyes. Bo, but this was a bit of a dilemma because I think we both had them in our parlay as well.
Yeah, the parlays are lost.
Yeah, mine was a loss. I had the Bills, the Cowboys, and the Rams. So actually 2 out of the 3 teams that I picked lost. All 3 of them. Every fucking team that I picked lost. Every fucking team. This was -133. 33 juice is what we laid on this one. And all 3 of them lost.
Yeah.
Wow. I should have bet. If you would have
dude, we're in the
faded me
same
and
boat,
picked the
dude.
opposite of my parlay. Oh. Dan Blazarian. You would have been loaded.
We we both did it because I had the Rams in there covering 2.5 and the Bills covering -3.5, and those were all both like they're not even close.
I want you. What do you think the line would have been if you would have parlayed the money line of Jacksonville, Denver, and the Titans? Dude, that would have been a 4,000, 5,000, like plus 10,000. It would have been insane.
Really big, yeah. But you can never predict it, dude. Like
the greatest fade of all time would have been that one.
Yeah, you can't predict that. If you were to place it, I'd be like, you're just giving them even $1. If you want to place $1 on it, you're just giving them $1. I would have said that. I would have said there's no chance. That
just
happens.
A waste.
Zero chance.
Well, Bo, that's all 7 from last week, and we have 7 more this week. Let's start off this week by talking about our prop bets for our Thursday night game. And the Thursday night game this week is the Baltimore Ravens traveling on the road on a short week for Thursday night football to the Miami Dolphins. Dude, what do you see here, Bo?
They're taking their talents to South Beach.
Yep.
As LeBron would say.
He has said that.
So, well, I guess Shaheen is performing in South Beach. He will cover 9.5 receiving yards. I like that. I like that bet. It just looks juicy to me.
Decent little bet. I like it. Oh, I'm going a little simpler here. I'm going to the main man, Lamar Jackson, over 233 passing yards. 233 and a half. He's done it every game this year except for one. And the only game was against the Chargers, who I think at the time had the 3rd ranked defense. He throws for 230. He averages 276 passing yards a game. And you're going to lay the line at 233?
I think the concern here is that Tua's out. And that they get up big at the beginning and then run the ball the whole time.
Here's the great news is I also bet him 305 yards total over between passing and rushing. So whether they are rushing it or throwing it on that bet, Daddy's making money.
Okay, yeah.
So I did both the bets there. I put the passing yards in the podcast. I'm sorry, you guys might want to fade that one, but I feel the other one might work for you, though. You got 2 to choose from.
Well, unfortunately, the Thursday bets, people don't have the ability to listen to us. Not like any of our 5 viewers care. Anyways.
We should start live streaming this for all of our viewers.
We need to start doing that.
I completely agree. I think we're missing out on a huge amount of audience of people, and our fan base would be demanding it.
The five viewers of 5 people are pissed. All right, what is the Vikings bet that you have?
The Vikings are playing the Los Angeles Chargers this week.
Wait for you to. I cannot wait.
And I bet the Vikings plus 3.5.
It's plus 3.5.
That's where I got it at. Bet MGM.
Okay.
Yep. I don't know what to say, dude.
Such an even game. It's
like we went on the road to the Ravens and played them to a 3-point game. The Chargers are, I think, worse than the Ravens. They certainly lost to them badly. I don't know what to say here. Dalvin Cook has some domestic violence issues going on right now. Dakota Dozier was in the hospital with COVID-19, and apparently 29 people on the team were sent home. Who's healthy, who's not, who's allowed to play? I don't know. All I know is that Zimmer's fighting for his job, and this isn't the week he gets fired. He gets fired the following week when we get our shit tossed by Green Bay in US Bank Stadium. He holds on to his job one more week here. I don't know. I literally have no reason to explain it. I think it's a close game. Lord knows the Chargers don't have a home field advantage.
Yeah. We know that the Packers are going to toss your guys' salad.
Yeah, ranch dressing, I believe. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. That's a tough game. That one sucks.
Not one that I would have wanted to do. I didn't want to do the over-under again. We're just going to hope it's close like every other Vikings game.
All right. Mine is, this is interesting, but I'm going Washington. Plus 9.5 against Tampa.
Okay, so this is funny. I will actually just pipe in on this. I'm doing the Buccaneers. I got them at -9 against Washington football team myself. Yeah, so I mean,
it's real interesting. I'm going against my gut on this one actually. But you and I were talking earlier.
Yep.
And the line did move a little bit, but that line that came out. I mean, let me see here. There is 89% of the money on Tampa, and it has not moved that much, which is very interesting.
I mean, it's
when
gone
Vegas
up a few points.
It has, but that line, but the when it came out at 7.5, it was like a week ago. So like over the last few days,
It was on the 7th. Today, this is the 11th. So what was that, Monday?
No. I looked. It was like that. It was just what 4 days ago. That's a long time. Most people.
But that's
are
what it
placing,
opened at this week.
Yeah, but to go up 2 points when 89% of the money is on there is not very much. I'm saying I think that Vegas is. I think the people that are making these lines think that Washington is going to cover that. I could be way wrong. I could be way off, but if the Bucks win, depending on how many people bet on this game, they're gonna that game might cost them. That game might cost them the weekend. I think it's just so lopsided. It doesn't make any sense that line hasn't gone up to like minus 13.5. I don't get it.
Bo, I don't have a ton to comment on this. I mean, the Buccaneers are coming off a bye, a lot of injuries. I think that Vegas might be holding the line there because they don't exactly know who to play. So it might be a fake line that they're like, well, if Antonio Brown and Gronk and Goodwin and Godwin are all out, then this line should actually be more around -6. But if they all play, then it should be around -13. So there's a chance it's just a holding line there. I actually bet the Bucks over it, hoping that some of these guys play. I think if they play, they'll have no problem beating them by 2 scores after the humiliating loss they had to the Saints a couple weeks ago, coming off a bye. This isn't my favorite bet of the week. It's one that I have out there. If they don't play, I think this plays into your favor, and then I feel like I'm in trouble. But if everyone plays, they should be able to go in there and take care of business. They're just not very good. They've lost 4 out of their last 5 games. The football team is bad, dude.
We'll see, man. I don't know. It's not my initial gut feeling, but I do think that's interesting. On to the next one.
Yep. What's your third one? That's your second one?
This is my set.
Because you don't have to do the Bears.
Game. Yeah, my second spread game. Very similar situation. Jacksonville plus 10.5.
Against the Colts.
Against the Colts,
I think
yes.
it's possible. I like the bet.
That is another one. 93% of the money is on the Colts to cover that. And the line has not moved.
Bo, I mean, I hope this theory works for you, man.
It makes sense, man. We're going to see. We're going to see. If I lose both of those, then this will be the last time that I ever go back to that. But usually they try to move the line to get more money on one to get it closer to an even bet. So we'll see. I don't know. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on that one. I do like that bet better than the other one, at least. Yeah. I feel a little bit better about it. I think that the Jaguars are getting better, and Trevor Lawrence is getting better. Urban Meyer is still not good, but the eyes have been taken off him at least a little bit, and I think the Colts might be a little bit inflated in Vegas's eyes in a weak AFC. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a reasonable bet. That's your second one, right?
That's my second one.
All right, to my third, I'm going Cowboys -8 versus the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh.
You don't like that? Why is that?
I don't know.
Do you have any reasoning for that or no? So here's my thought process: is if this game would have taken place a week ago, the line would have been at -14. The Falcons are not better than the Saints, and they played a division team. They have 4 wins. 3 of them are against absolutely horrible teams. The only team they have beaten is the Saints. And the Cowboys have looked great this year, except for last week. They got to bounce back. They're going to be just fine. If this would have happened a week ago, the line would have been -14. I'll take it at -8.
Do you have the over-under in front of you?
I do not. I can look it up.
If that game is anything short of like 52 points, I'd probably take the over on it.
Let's see here.
I like that a little more.
54.5.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's my reasoning for that game. I think that there's just some recency bias here. I don't think the Falcons are very good. I don't think the Cowboys are anywhere near as bad as they showed. They're at home, relatively healthy. Go get a win. Take care of business. The Falcons are not a team to be feared.
It's possible, yeah. Atlanta is it's one of those teams that is capable of going up by 17 early and then blowing the shit out of a lead, and it's just like how much they blow it. I don't know. This week is tough in general.
All right, what's your third one?
I'm gonna go Cleveland plus 2.5.
Dude, I love that bet.
Yeah, against New England.
Yep,
that's looking real juicy.
I told you I made a lot of bets this week and couldn't figure out which one to drop in there. So I make a lot of bets throughout the week on lines that I like to see, and this is one that I sat there and stared at all week long, and I bet it. I'm still cheering for it as well. Didn't put it in the podcast, but I absolutely love that bet. I think Vegas is under appreciating Cleveland right now.
Yeah.
I think they're a better team than New England. I think they're very similar teams, and on a neutral field, I definitely think they're favored, and I don't think New England has nearly the same home field advantage they used to when Tom was there. Yeah. People don't fear it the same.
Its thought process is the same there.
Yep, I absolutely love that bet, Bo. And Bo, my last bet, and this is one that's kind of weird for me because the numbers don't always bear it out, but I'm taking the Rams minus 3.5 over the 49ers. And the reason I see this is because the Rams were just humiliated on national TV. This feels like a bounce back game. Kyle Shanahan always gets the best of Sean McVay, or always has at least. So that's the thing that concerns me, is Kyle Shanahan always puts together a good game plan. They've just looked so bad. The Rams aren't going to lose twice on national TV in a row. 2 weeks in a row, they aren't going to lose twice on national TV. It's just not going to happen. I'm taking them minus 3.5. I'm hoping they can win by more than a field goal. I would have loved to see this at 2.5 and taken a full field goal here, but
yeah,
I just think they're so much better than the 49ers, and I think that you could see a bounce back week this week for the Rams. Especially if Odell Beckham Jr. plays some football on Monday night.
He ain't gonna play on Monday. I mean, I don't. It looks enticing. I don't know. It's Shanahan's a good coach.
It hasn't looked good this year.
I don't know, dude. Those division games are tough.
I know. I agree. My thought process is the Rams are too good to lose twice in a row on national TV. It will not happen.
Yeah. All right. No, that's fair.
Your parlay, what is it? Are you doing teasers again?
One more game. We got the Carolinas, my 4th spread game. The Panthers plus 10.5 against Arizona.
Once again, made this bet on the side. Love it. Me and you texted about it earlier. Yeah. I don't have a ton more to add other than this looks like a game that the line is just a little too high on there.
Okay. Then we go into what, the parlay or the college bet next?
Why don't we do the parlay? Stay with the NFL.
All right. I'm going 2 money line parlays with underdogs.
Ooh. Love it.
The Cleveland. Browns. And then the Philadelphia Eagles.
Ooh.
The Philadelphia Eagles is plus 406 to take those 2 games on the money lines.
Oh, man. Absolutely love it, Bo. Love the aggression. I'm going a little bit easier again. I missed my easy one last week, so knock on wood, we're going to try again this week. I'm going Bills, Colts, and Buccaneers all to win. Have to lay just a little bit of juice on this one, but it feels easy. The Colts aren't going to lose in a division to Jacksonville, I don't think. Jacksonville won last week off that heroic bye. They aren't. Jacksonville is not winning 2 games in a row. Bucks aren't losing, and the Bills also aren't losing 2 games in a row, I don't think. That's my logic there. A little bit of juice, just trying to get back in the winners column, to be perfectly honest with you here. But what's your college bet?
Oh, my God. I love this bet.
Oh, man.
New Mexico State University.
Yeah.
Plus 51.5 against Alabama.
The Crimson Tide, who had a tough game last week against LSU.
Basically New Mexico State is getting a 7 touchdown and a field goal lead on Alabama.
So how many points do you think Alabama is going to score in this game? Like 60?
They have to score at least 52 just to be eligible to cover the spread.
No. I'm not worried about them getting to 52. The question is can they get to 60? Because if they can get to 60, all New Mexico State has to do is get to like 10.
Dude, I mean, so they have to score at least 8 touchdowns to get to 60.
I don't know, man. I love the bet. I absolutely love it. I'm probably going to hammer the exact same bet come Saturday morning.
Yeah, they have to score 9 touchdowns to get to 60 points. That would put them at 63.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot.
I agree.
Imagine going into that game being New Mexico State. They're like, all right, they got a 52-point lead. Just try not to lose.
The coach's pregame speech is lube up, boys. That's what the pregame speech is.
I'm hoping New Mexico State goes out there and just runs the clock down, takes it to 1 second every single play, maybe does a few ridiculous kneels, QB kneels.
If they can just score a tutty or two, it's over.
All they got to do is score one time. Can they put 3 points on the board? And I think they got it. Don't give up 52 points.
Well, I will probably make the exact same bet. My college bet, I kept it interesting. I took the number 9 seed Notre Dame minus 5.5 against Virginia. Virginia's unranked. Notre Dame has 1 loss. I think Virginia's 6-3. A couple interesting wins in there. Notre Dame take care of business. I know you guys are fighting for the college football playoff. You want it. These are games that you win. Go win by a touchdown. Not that crazy. That's all I'm thinking here.
Yep, I think that's solid.
Oh, that's all 7 this week.
It's all 7.
Bo, you're positive again. There's one thing that still has to be done, though, before this is all over.
Uh-oh. He's got the shot.
There is one shot that has to be taken in spirit of the podcast. Here we go. Down, up, down.
Here we go. It looks disgusting as usual. Does it like a champ every single time now.
Getting a lot of practice in.
Hey, you just disrespected the fireball, dude.
Getting a lot of practice in.
Fucking disrespect.
Thank you for joining me again. As always, thank you to everyone else who listened in, guys. I want to wish you guys a great week, and hopefully we all have better weeks betting than we did last week.
Yep. Good luck to everybody. Take my bets. I feel extraordinarily confident this week.
Get in on it, guys. You're missing out. Peace.